Hello YouTubers, it's Michael here, doing a part 2 of my PS3 games and my opinions of what games will become rare down the road. So I'm going to get right into it. The game I'm going to show is called Digimon All-Star Rumble. Digimon games have always been collectible, and like most Digimon games, I believe this one will become rare down the road. And it just came out not too long ago, and I think they just lowered the price to $20 on this. So if you could pick it up now, I would. Just look what happened to Digimon Rumble Arena 2 and Digimon World 4. The next game I'm going to show is called the Dragon Age Origins Ultimate Edition. It's got Dragon Age Origins and Awakening and all the extra content on it. This was an awesome game. This is what got me into Dragon Age. I picked this up pretty much day one almost. It's held its value pretty well. I think it's $27 or $37 used still, but it's definitely worthwhile. This particular version I think will become collectible and keep its value down the road. So hold on to that if you have it, and try to pick it up for a reasonable price. Next game I'm going to show, this particular game is not rare, but I believe this version of the cases, just like the Dead Island that I showed, it's the BioWare Signature Edition. It's a special like foil case. If you can find this, I've only seen a couple of these used. It came with some extra content which I don't have, and it came with a soundtrack, downloadable soundtrack, which works even if someone's downloaded it before, I believe. But if you can find this case, this game, I liked Dragon Age 2. It definitely wasn't a Dragon Age Origins or Dragon Age Inquisition. Very linear, but it was a good game. People knock on it, but if it didn't have Dragon Age on it, I think it would have been an excellent game. A lot of people just had high standards for this game, and it didn't hold up. But yeah, pick that one up if you can. It's not expensive. Next game I'm showing is called Dragon's Crown, only on PlayStation, made by Atlas. Most Atlas games, like I said, are low print run. This was, it reminded me almost exactly like a modern day Golden Axe for, from the Sega Genesis era. It's a great game. This one, I see a lot of these at GameStop now, just because I think it was such a short game, people didn't hold on to it. But I believe this will become collectible and will rise in value down the road. So if you like rare and fun games, this is a rare and fun game in my opinion. Next game I'm going to show, I believe, will come rare down the road. It's called Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. They made a regular Dragon's Dogma, and this one has like an extra dungeon in it, so this is, to me, the superior version. I believe this version will become more rare than Dragon's Dogma in general. The game was fun. The travel system sucked in it, but the game was fun. It's an action RPG with, how you climbed on enemies in Shadow of the Colossus. That's what it reminded me of. It had a really good boss system in it, but that one will become rare down the road. Next game I'm going to show is called El Shaddai, Ascension of the Metatron. It's kind of a niche game. It's an action game with some platforming. I can't describe this game unless you were literally tripping on LSD, and then it would make more sense. It's completely insane. It's based on some religious text on the Book of Enoch, and it's interesting. It doesn't throw religion down your throat, and I don't take it as a religious game like the Bible Adventures for NES or anything, but it's a unique game. It's not expensive right now, and I think this will become rare and expensive down the road. This next game I'm not entirely sure. This was a really early release for the PlayStation 3. It's called Enchanted Arms. It's like a grid-based, turn-based RPG. It was okay. It's not expensive, but I think just like Wild Arms, which I don't think this is related to at all. Like Wild Arms 3 used to be a $3 game, and that's about how much this is now. And Wild Arms 3 increased in value a little bit, so I think it'll do the same thing. Next game I'm going to show is the Far Cry compilation. I just picked this up not too long ago. I owned Far Cry 2 and Far Cry 3, and I actually traded in Far Cry 2 and Far Cry 3 for this game. It came with Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, and Blood Dragon. So it's a good it's a good compilation. The Blood Dragon is a DLC code, but if you see this sticker here, it means it came from corporate, and more than likely it was a brand new game, and the DLC code still worked for it. If you find this used and it has a DLC code in it and it doesn't work, I'd take it back. But if you can find one, it's only $30 new, so it's only $2 more. And you only pay $25 for it because I'm a Power Up Rewards member. But because people already own Far Cry 2 and Far Cry 3 and downloaded Blood Dragon, I believe this will come right on the road just because I don't think a lot of people picked it up. Next game I'm going to show is called Fist of the North Star, Kin's Rage. It's based on the anime, which is an awesome anime, by the way. But I believe this will come right down the road. They made a 2 for 360. I thought I saw 2 for PS3, but apparently I'm mistaken because I tried to look it up just recently. I do believe this will become collectible and rare down the road. So keep an eye out on that one. I don't see that one. I don't actually see it at all at GameStops anymore. Hey, Kat. The next game I'm going to show is called Folklore. Some people say this will become rare. I'm not exactly sure how rare this will become. I know this was an early release game. I don't find them complete in good condition that often anymore since it's so old. So if you can find one complete in good condition, I pick it up. And then the next game I'm going to show is called The Guide of Fate Paradox. I bought this one new/open new at GameStop. I think it was only $10. That's why I picked it up. I would have paid $10 for it used. But it's only on PlayStation. The reviews I read were pretty good about this, but like most NIS games, if you can pick an NIS game up for $10 or under, that's a good deal because those will become rare and more expensive down the road. Next games I'm going to show are called the Project Diva, Hatsune Miku Project Diva. I recently found these both used at a GameStop. I believe they're selling new copies as used to get full profit for them. But they're rhythm games. Hatsune Miku is huge in Japan. She's a Vocaloid, which is like a holographic dancing, singing thing. But my wife really likes the Hatsune Miku. Like, she's totally into it, so that's why I picked them up. But these will become rare down the road because they're niche rhythm games. So keep an eye out for those. They're still kind of expensive, even used. Next game I'm going to show, people say it will become rare down the road. I'm not sure. To find it in good condition, complete, is pretty rare now since it's so old. The next games I'm going to show are the Hyper Dimension Neptuna series. They made 3. There's a Hyper Dimension Neptuna V Victory, and all these games will become rare. All these games came with special edition box sets. The first one was available in stores. The next 2 had to be special ordered through the NIS website. Keep an eye out for NIS collector's editions through their website. Those will be definitely collectible and rare down the road, just because NIS is a pretty collectible publisher. Next game I'm going to show is this one. King of Fighters 12. It's not a bad idea to collect King of Fighters games. It's not expensive. They made a 13 too, which was made by Atlas. But it's a fighting game, 2D fighting game. It's not expensive, but I think most King of Fighters games stay collectible. Next game I'm showing is Knight's Contract. I don't see too many of these copies anymore, but it's a action game. I beat it. It's not a bad game. It's not, go out and tell all your friends about it, but it's not bad. This won't become collectible on the road just because I don't see it that often anymore. Next game I'm going to show is Lair. Some people say, again, this is an early release PS3 game. And to find it in complete good condition is a little bit rare. It might become collectible down the road. This next game I do believe is rare. Especially this version. The first one, the regular version, is not rare. The complete one, I don't see that often. And then to find the complete one, they bundled these little film strips and stuff in them, and some extra cards and stuff. If you can find one with all that stuff in it, I picked this one up used. It was $27, but this is a good game, and to find all that stuff with it, I think it will be hard to find down the road. So just keep an eye out for that. This next game I'm going to show is called The Last Rebellion. I had a hard time finding this game, and I wanted to find it. It was only on PlayStation, like almost like a lot of these games that I show were only on PlayStation. It's an NIS game. It's a turn-based RPG. Actually, the gameplay's pretty good on it. It's just the whole presentation reminds me of a PSP game. It's not expensive. I think it was $6 or something like that. If you can find one complete, definitely pick it up. This will only become more collectible and expensive down the road. The next game I'm going to show is called Leisure Suit Larry Box Office Bust. This was not a good game. I liked the Leisure Suit Larry game for PS2, and they make a bunch for the PC. That's where it originated from. But this did not have the humor or the nudity in it, which kind of was the selling point for Leisure Suit Larry. I've seen about 4 or 5 of these copies in GameStop throughout the years, and the first one I saw, I picked up complete. And all the other ones that I see, that like the very, in a couple of hours or the next day that they sell. So people obviously know this is a rare game. So if you can find it complete, pick it up. This next game, I believe, will become rare down the road. This is in the Ultimate Edition. This is the special edition one. It comes with like a comic and a steelbook case and stuff, and the extra DLC codes, which I used. Capcom lost its licensing with Marvel, and they took down all their Marvel vs. Capcom games off the PSN store. So that's the reason why I think this will become rare down the road, because this is the only way you're going to be able to play this game. That Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Next game I'm going to show is called Nier. I remember when GameStop used to sell this for $6. I just recently picked this up again. People compare it to Zelda. I could see the comparisons, definitely. It didn't receive very good reviews. I thought it was pretty fun. It's definitely worth looking out for. I see them, but I have a feeling you won't see these that often in the future. So keep an eye out for those. And then the last game I'm going to show in this video is called the Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch. This was an awesome RPG. They made a Wizard edition of this, which is super rare and super expensive. I think it's $100 or more. I really want that edition, but every PlayStation owner that likes RPGs should pick this up. This is, in my opinion, in the top 1 to 3 RPGs on the PS3. It might be my favorite, actually, now that I think about it. But it's an awesome game. I think it'll become collectible on the road. They made a greatest hits, even though I think they only sold about 500,000 copies of this game altogether. So it's not expensive right now, and I think it'll only increase in value. So that's my part 2. Keep out for my part 3 when I'll do the rest of my PS3 games. I hope you like these videos. Give it a like, or comment below if there's anything you want to see or want to know in general. I try to be as informative as I can about these video games, and I'm always looking for suggestions. So I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.